we've not got no need for your help.
Have no fear, good man. Our labors shall be done quickly. The prowlers to be banished for good.
Milton, look!
Geralt!
In the flesh.
Hail, Witcher! Let us go inside and greet you as befits an old friend.
And you, fear not. We shall put an end to the rule of outlaws.
Found your message on a notice board.
You see, Palmerin? I told you. The Griffin at White Orchard. I knew that were we only to follow the tracks of its slayer, we would in the end find Geralt.
Milton de Peyrac Peyrin and Palmerin de Launfal. Good to see you both. Been years.
Be assured, we share your joy.
You must forgive us our, surroundings. When we pledged to place the village under our protection, the village elder gave us this hut as our lodgings.
Get involved in some squabble?
We discovered that in retreating, the Redanian garrison had left this land's tillers at the mercy of numerous plagues. These plunderers shall soon descend on this village to collect tribute.
We are both sworn to fight injustice and oppression wherever they rear their heads. The matter does not concern you, of course, but do us the kindness of waiting.
So, plan to go out and meet the bandits when they arrive? Fight them?
Palmerin wishes first to appeal to their sense of decency. But I expect they will be deaf to this.
Yeah, completely.
We must afford them a chance to stand down. Many a hardened outlaw has left the path of wrongdoing upon hearing word.
Doesn't happen in these lands. Ever.
If they do not heed my reprimand, we at least will know we have done all within our means to evade bloodshed.
Fine. Naturally, I'll help when Palmerin's rhetoric falls on deaf ears.
Excellent. Then we've but to wait.
They're coming!
Hear that? Your bandits have arrived.
Hark! Contemptible curs! I, Palmerin de Launfal, to prey upon
regular
commoners.
Punch and Judy here.
Right good jest, that.
Nay, wait, Zorg. These lads are a lark.
Oi, players! Can you toss ball?
Seems to me...
You tried, my friend. We've talked enough. I challenge you. For Beauclair, by the crane.
If you love the gods!
Instead of pressing your god to fight!
Why do they not emerge? It is over. We have banished the scoundrels, lifted oppression.
Warned you it'd be like this. Fear you as much as they did the bandits now. Sorry, no fanfares and flower.
Ah, it is true what folk claim. In the north, no noble deed goes unthwarted.
And we shall, my friend. Come, Geralt. It's time we delivered our message.
So fess up. What brings you such a long way?
We are to deliver Her Grace the Duchess's message in full, with all due ceremony. For tradition
is sacred in Toussaint. All right, fine.
Most honorable Geralt, slayer of monsters and all evils nefarious, which prey on the defenseless of this world. Whereas never have you been known to deny help to the innocent, nor leave widows and orphans to fates undeserved. Answer you now our present summons. Free us from the beast which floods our streets with blood, and sows panic in the hearts of rich and poor alike. Come to our aid, Witcher. Thus humbly beseeches you the Star-Crossed City's most gracious protectress, Her Illustrious Highness, Duchess Anna Henrietta.
Shall you answer her call?
Might be the most fervent request that I take a contract ever. And the most polite. And now we've got all that behind us. I want to hear more about this beast. Some kind of monster? Just...
Most assuredly, though no one has caught a good look at it as yet.
Look, some sketches drafted from descriptions given by those...
How many victims so far?
2. When Her Grace learnt of the second, she discharged us immediately to fetch you, promising grants of land and fortunes in gold, should you answer her summons.
An ill wind blows, Geralt. The beast cannot be tracked. Folks say it wields black magic. Also, both victims were nobly born, and the start of...
Beast wields black magic? What makes you say so?
The first victim vanished between bites at a feast. Of the feast-goers, none noticed.
The second killing, similar. A knight in a locked room.
We have no fear of creatures against which sword and shield protect, but of this beast, nothing is known.
Anyone tried to hunt it?
Ha! Many have tried. Baiting.
The beast is clever. It evades all traps and attacks of a sudden. It is like
an experienced tracker. This is what we need, with knowledge of monsters.
Mentioned a tourney. Why doesn't the Duchess just call it off?
Simply, it is too late. The guests have arrived. The best knights of all lands, relatives of the Emperor. The beast could be a threat to others.
Got it. Before an aristocrat dies, at best it's a scandal. At worst, a diplomatic incident. I sometimes think back to all the contracts I've ever taken from sovereigns. Can't name hardly any where I came out ahead.
You cannot be thinking to refuse.
No. Just struck by a thought. How the Duchess can sometimes be... demanding.
So you accept the contract. Excellent!
We must set off at once. We long wanted this land searching for you. Yet time is of the essence.
Ready to go, soon as you're packed.
Ha! Then post-haste to Toussaint.
To Toussaint!
Geralt had to face Eredin, but could only hope to beat him with the help of friends. The Wild Hunt could be defeated with exceptionally powerful magic, so Triss and Yen set out to reconvene the Lodge of Sorceresses. Avallac'h, too, began to lay plans of his own. The elven sage decided to erode the King of the Hunt's support in his own realm. With Geralt in tow, he ventured through other worlds to the city of Tir na Lial. There they found Eredin's viceroy, Gels. Gels had been a loyal subject of the Alder Folk's previous king. When he learned Eredin was a regicide, he agreed to help defeat the usurper.
Toussaint, the land of love and wine.
Exactly how I remembered it.
You will find Beauclair has changed some these past years.
Walk about when you have the chance. You will see for yourself.
To me, place always seemed straight out of a fairy tale. Knights errant, elven palaces.
You insinuate that we are somehow odd? I shall prove you wrong. This I pledge on the Heron!
Big beast. Tackling it single-handed? None too wise.
Neither is love born of wisdom, Witcher. So, Guillaume, out with it. Which fair damsel inspired you to vow to kill that filth?
The most beautiful among them.
If he wishes to guard her name a secret, he need not reveal it.
You I do not know, sir. Profoundly grateful, nay, indebted to you for your succor. This trophy, sir, is yours.
A giant this close to human settlement?
Well, that was no ordinary giant. His name was Goliath. Rumored to have been a knight once, but one who broke his vows. For this, the Lady of the Lake transformed him into a wild giant and banished him into the Gorgon Hills.
So he came back down? Why?
Several times each year, hunger chased him into the lowlands. Goliath had killed and devoured many shepherds. At any rate, it's a...
I'll take the trophy. Why not? Put up a good fight against the giant. Got experience.
None. In Toussaint, we mostly chase bandits. But I vowed I'd bring my heart's champion the head of a monstrosity, as the famed Gottfried, known as the Giant Killer, did.
You don't mean to hunt the beast, I hope. The matter's best left to Geralt.
Another challenge awaits me. Yet if Geralt is to hunt the beast, he ought to know. It struck again. The river surrendered a corpse. It washed up in the meander by the cockatrice. Damien de la Tour's guardsmen are there already, securing the area.
Securing the area? Better go there now before they trample any tracks, manhandle any...
Set forth then. I shall ride for the city to inform her gracious magnificence that Geralt has arrived.
brave kid, Guillaume.
Parmanin oversaw his upbringing. Guillaume is his kin.
Can't get used to the way you knights talk, especially how you switch back and forth between flowery and, well, near normal.
We are knights errant, in the service of her gracious magnificence. When we appear in her name or speak on her behalf, we are bound by tradition. No one here. They must have removed the body already.
Let's look around. Make sure they didn't miss anything. Hobnailed boots, multiple sets of prints. Ducal guard, clearly. Let's see where they went. Walked along the shoreline.
Perhaps the body lay on the bank.
Got guests. Careful. What now, you piece of not good. Looking. Only blood-soaked scraps left of the victim's clothing. Good quality cloth.
A wealthy victim, correct?
Looks it. Blood. Guardsmen pulled these nets out of the water, then cut the mutilated body free. Gonna dive in, make sure they didn't miss anything. Kerchief, monogrammed DLC. A noble's accessory, clearly. Need to comb the bank. Anything taken by the current ends up in these shallows.
Yes, the stench is fierce.
Junk that came down the river.
We must keep searching.
Look, a boat was launched here. Guardsmen must have loaded the body parts onto it, taken them somewhere. Need to find out where. I'd like to look at the corpse before it starts to decompose.
The inn. Its patrons must have seen the guardsmen, which direction they took. We should ask there.
Seems we've got ourselves an audience.
You think this surprising? The locals will tell the children of children they do not have yet.
One thing. Found a
Delacroix? It cannot be.
Seems so. Knew him well?
Long past. We were close friends once, but our paths diverged. He was a man of extremes.
Foes? You have a lot of them?
He did. But I do not see what that has to do with the beast. Ah, Geralt. You've struck a raw nerve.
I understand. We can talk later.
I shall have to leave you soon. Return to court.
Barely got back to Toussaint.
A knight in the service of Her Illustrious Highness knows no rest. In fact, I feared I would return too late to fulfill my duty. Yet it seems I've arrived in the nick of time.
They say her grace has called in someone to tend to the beast. A killer from the north, they say. What? With no lads brave enough? Of course we have. But bravery's not enough against the beast. That calls for a witcher. Mage.
Once you have finished examining the corpse, be sure to report to Anarietta.
Anarietta?
Her Grace, the Duchess. I forget myself at times. We address each other by our first names in private. By my troth! Could that be the musty scent of fresh pâté?
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac Peyran. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack.
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table was summoned from a far-off land by her...
We invited two men to join us, yet since Sir de Peyrac Peyran in temperament is more akin to hare than hound, I surmise the...
Name's Geralt.
A humble introduction. You've clearly not tarried long.
Spare us the petty insults. Geralt is a master of the witchering trade. He has questions concerning the...
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen.
Ask Geralt, please, or we shall be here till winter.
Need to examine the body.
They ferried it across, then loaded it...
What? Why, Corvo Bianco is Baron Rosset.
While you were gallivanting...
Who was that? Woman who just left. Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her...
Doubtless Linnis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Geralt, because this is an outrage. Rossel's vineyard was...
It is no secret. The Baron had gambling debts up to his ears. It finally came time to collect. His creditors auctioned off his property. The ducal chance...
I told Rossel he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one throw on past heroics?
Such are the times. Today's knights are pale shadows of the heat.
It's true what they say. God...
Thanks for the hospitality.
Corvo Bianco lies a short way from here.
Not coming with? Oh, yeah.
Some sort. Her Grace bestowed a great...
A little tempted to ask a few questions, but it sounds like a long, complicated story.
Do you like it?
Jason, proceed to get it.
Sounds of a fight. Have to hurry.
Whoa!
Damn it. The killer must still be here. Throat torn open by man-like jaws. Man-like, except for the long fangs. Killed with a single blow. In the cellar. Gotta be. Rever Muck carried the body in his cart. Claw wounds. From 5 separate claws. Spread of a small human hand. Massacred by a vampire. Not an Ekimara, though. Or a Fletter. Bruxa. Gotta be. Footprints. Small, bare feet. Lead deeper into the cellar. Hurled against the wall with great force. Used this to batter down the grate. Used this to batter down the grate. Took a lot of strength to batter this down. Took a lot of strength to batter this down. You. Saw you at the inn. I know what you are. Don't know why you killed these people, though. Clearly wasn't for their blood. We don't have to fight.
You are wrong.
I cannot let you leave.
Stinks. Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Laid in water for some... A rings. Nilfgaardian florins from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, it means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast. Body was blows struck with great force. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank it. No Bruxa did this. Third hand. A spare? Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely. So, murderer was clearly a monster. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me into...
Oh!
Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps. Story's done.
But Sir Palmerin, what about the story of...
A tale's for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of...
Master Witcher, is it true virtue always trumps...
Not always. Could go either way. Sometimes virtue wins, sometimes villainy gets the upper hand. Still worth being good.
But why? If it doesn't mean you'll win.
Palmerin's story. Think back. A decent man attracts other good folk, makes friends he can count on. The rogue? Well, you can only count on other rogues. And who would you rather have for a friend?
A man of virtue?
I must agree. Now, that will do for questions. Go find your parents. Her Enlightened Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry...
Lead the way. Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As you will soon.
Someone's gonna fight a Shaelmar? With only some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
Shouldn't torment the beast. How would you like to be dumped in an arena, blindfolded with a string of bells informing us?
Pity a monster. You, a witcher.
I slay monsters who are a threat to humans. You're out to humiliate one to entertain a crowd. No knight will gain any glory from this. Who's going to fight the beast?
Guillaume, the young man you met.
Yeah. Mentioned he'd promised his heart's capture a monster trophy.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
Let's go.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
It's begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must win.
Geralt had to face Eredin, but could only hope to beat him with the help of friends. The Wild Hunt could be defeated with exceptionally powerful magic, so Triss and Yen set out to reconvene the Lodge of Sorceresses. Avallac'h, too, began to lay plans of his own. The elven sage decided to erode the King of the Hunt's support in his own realm. With Geralt in tow, he ventured through other worlds to the city of Tir na Lial. There they found Eredin's viceroy, Gels. Gels had been a loyal subject of the Alder Folk's previous king. When he learned Eredin was a regicide, he agreed to help defeat the usurper.
Oh!
The giant belched forth the rope.
Need to speak to the Duchess. Urgent.
Or... That...
Not always. Still worth be...
But why?
Palmer and Story. Think back. A decent man attracts other good folk, makes friends he can count on. A rogue? Well, he can only count on other rogues. And who would you rather have for a friend?
A man of virtue?
I must agree.
Now, that will do. For a night...
Lead the... Who's fighting?
Close.
Shouldn't... No. Let's go.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
It's begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
Got a bad feeling about this. Damn it. We have to help him.
Alas, for Nightling, the beast he
That's not good.
It's knocked into earth. Come in the Witcher in one mighty pound. Fight to the beast. Hands are bound.
Damn it.
And set fire to the wood. But now, the struggles are good. The Witcher, the time was true, then 12 starts to expand. Struck the monster that's true. was defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold!
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
Monster's no threat. No need to kill it.
A victor may always show mercy. It is his right. Long live Geralt the Merciful! Pikeman, see to the beast.
The lad came damned close to dying.
I'm fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly paints you. She approaches.
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished.
And I'm truly...
See to our young hero. Hop, hop, for we must make off with Geralt. We had been long awaiting your arrival, had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Your Grace. Shaelmars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full-plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal...
What about the crowd? Say the Shaelmar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have...
Your Grace, my contract.
Naturally. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the debt. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace. Witcher.
Greetings. I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to answer. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victim.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our...
Damien, we settled the matter of the Are the legends true? Do witchers usually demand that which you find at home?
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, on returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Poor rewards, both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard. Corvo, title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. Corvo Bianco. Isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a...
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. How'd it start?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then...
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the...
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when... He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of...
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees.
So it seems.
Second murder.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me, an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
So, first two victims were...
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir Delastin.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric...
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
Honor, wisdom...
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the fourth virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious.
They were a team?
They were close friends. Tightly knit. And as such,
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know... Your Grace, we need to find Milton.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's the...
We must call off the game, at once.
First and foremost. Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fore. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses! Your Grace!
What the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness, I...
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled. Onward! Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Your Grace seems right at home in
Right like the wind! Clear a path! Clear the way, I said! It's here! We must go to where the game is being held. The participants must find a unicorn's horn, a golden fish, and a phoenix egg. With these in hand, they can deduce where the hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too?
We've no other option, but time is up. On second thought, through here. I shall show you where the hunt plays out. Then we will split up. You will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish, while I nab the phoenix egg. That will be quickest.
The unicorn. How?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to... It runs around over there, look.
golden fish. Do I need...
Please, Geralt. It's not a... Look there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from boats. The Colton fish and the horn both. All clear? Then...
Fiorano of the 1290. I do encourage you to try it.
If one were to call a state courageous or coward, what other others?
But this is no true unicorn.
Perhaps an apple will work. Or some sweets.
We would not be in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast.
Hey, folks. Gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
Almost had it.
It's Victor. Countess
Crispy
Eternal
apple.
Steed.
Should like that like any other damn horse. Cold game's not likely to tempt a unicorn. Cold game's not likely to tempt a unicorn. An apple. Yum, yum. Easy. Gardens are huge. Be better off on horseback.
Knights bluff and wine counsel no hard-hearted.
Golden fish should be easy to spot once I'm under.
Ah!
Supposed to be golden.
Do you think I don't know?
The light is positively useless.
What's that?
What the blazes?
Did someone just...
Hey, wait. Stop. It's important.
King Cormorant, sire, accept this offering we bring. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye, and bear before us its secrets.
As the moon is heavenly coursed of trace, when a soul of...
A key.
Why, you bomb-botched wretch!
He's ruined the game!
Disgraceful!
Master Witcher, here to hunt the beast.
But your praise...
If you please, Your Grace.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. Or shall be explained later.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rule. Geralt! At last.
Got a key and a clue.
I've another. Who wrote this drivel? I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse, with a head of hard cheese.
Groans, hollows. Could be a cave, I guess.
Now that's just silly. Look, if we take row, hollow it out and fill it with ease. The letters, that is. We get green. Then mouse, but starting with what heads heart cheese. Why, it's greenhouse!
Pretty clever.
There are several greenhouses in the gardens, but only one with a door that locks, and the key to it looks...
Greenhouse it is then. Let's go. Wait here.
What the butch?
What was that?
I'm here.
This belonged to you, maybe?
It did, but you may keep it. I've a new one. I do not know you. I've done you no harm. Yet first you butchered a Bruxer who was dear to me. Now you pursue me. Why?
You've killed 4 innocent people, at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
I don't kill innocents. Murderers, though.
Soon be done. I've but one left. And you, should you not stand down.
And once you're done, intend to leave? Go kill somewhere else?
No. I intend to live. Happily ever after. You were to stay where you were. Regenerate!
I know you're in trouble. I can help.
I'll help myself!
No, he's my friend.
Yes, Geralt, it's me.
Regis? You all right?
All is well. All's in order. Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my friend. At least in human terms, that is.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless smear, having been rather spectacularly melted into a column of a certain castle. In somewhat better shape now, as you can see. Hardly peak form, mind you, but were I human, folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened? It was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
No need, Geralt. Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my arm.
Miraculous regeneration.
I had help. From the one you hunt.
Him? How?
Not the time nor place for such stories. I suspect we'll get a chance to speak at it.
So you being...
Your powers of deduction seem to have waned not one bit. I'm happy. I came here for Detlef. I fear he's become entangled.
So that's his name.
You might call it that. Though Detlef is... How would you humans put it? More bestial than I am. But not to worry.
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. He's killed one night...
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Detlef is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of...
So in your opinion, what are his...
Precisely what I wish to find out. And then I will convince him of the...
Got a lot of faith in the guy.
Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course. Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying. Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the fields.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Detlef, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Vampires rarely help humans. Must have had his own...
You err. He slew it for one reason alone. The monster killed a lad who once, in the street, had offered Detlef an apple, expecting nothing in return.
Terribly noble of him.
You do not have a monopoly on altruism, my friend. Vilgefortz melted my body. Detlef found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or to... He chose the latter. Regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood. Do you know what that means to a vampire?
Probably same thing it means to a human.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine. Which is why I...
Always had an overdeveloped sense of empathy.
Each vampire has a unique talent. One they hone over centuries. In point of fact, he...
Gotta find him, before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then.
Not entirely. I mean...
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily...
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do...
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I'd prefer they not find me here. I'd makeshift quarters at Merlash.
See you.
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our courses would carry us. Yet I fear we're late.
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before...
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Good sirs, we must allow the Witcher to ply his trade.
Sir! Sir! A letter for you!
Letter? Who from?
Can't rightly say, sir.
Here.
No, sir. Thank you.
Dearest.
I suspect weighty affairs, rather than merely the wine festival, have drawn you to Toussaint. Perhaps you'll find time to probe a certain matter in spite of this. I recently came across the mention of one professor, though the details are rather murky, as is... I enclose a map I found in the... I felt this matter could prove of some importance to you, thus...
A professor who studied Witcher mutations. Might actually be worth...
And listen.
Whoa! A witcher! A serious client at last. Tell me, what do you need? Honeysuckle, Guinea...
Show me what you've got in stock. Need to get...
Stocks and the whip away goes running riot.
Is my head F?
Something's in the wind.
Here is the hero we can afford. Witcher, open the unbeliever's eyes.
Inscriptions in Elder speech. Damn, salvation. Professor's journal's long after, but in our hearts, somebody else found out about it too. To have a look around, see if I can find something else. Footprints, narrow light, woman maybe. Wonder where they lead. Professor certainly can't do much to help me with my search. Damn it. Trail breaks off. Wonder if the grave robber learned more than I did. Won't learn anything else here. Map Yen sent me will have to do. Also, Epitaph mentioned both Ellerin and Dolnevde, Valley of the Nine. Site marked on the map's all wet now. San Retour flows through there. Must be where the Valley of the Nine once lay. Need to explore the location.
Chills.
You'll frighten the kiddies.
Whoa there, Roach. Stench. Egregious. Couldn't have picked some other place to meet. Must have found something in Moreau's tomb to activate the entry portal. Wonder what surprises this place has in store. Implanted spikes. Sick sense of humor someone's got. Damn. Implanted spikes. Sick sense of humor someone's got. Not bad. Wouldn't mind having something like that myself. Not bad. Wouldn't mind having something like that myself. Not bad. Wouldn't mind having something like that myself. Course. Locked. Need to find something to open it.
Did it.
Interesting as places go. Seems someone put a lot of thought into its design. Should look around.
Guest. Intruder. You are not welcome here.
Yeah, figured as much. This just keeps getting better. Portal. Damn it, back where I started. Damn it, back where I started. Damn it, back here. Started. Started. Statues seem oddly oriented, as if to all face in one direction. The right portal, maybe? Portal. I started. Now to find the next portal. Must be where Moreau had his lab. Just need to pick an entry.
The 18th of Yule, year 1102. Today I begin my great life's endeavor. When 15 years passed, a beast of the forest assaulted me. A witcher came to my aid, saved my life. I could not know that for said salvation, I would in the end pay by relinquishing any say as to my own son's fate. Had I the skill to turn back time, I would have done so, and perished rather than surrender to the Witchers, my only son. But as it was, on the day when Jerome was taken, I swore an oath on my honor that I would recover my son. Today, following years of research and preparation, I have at last devised a device that allows me to study.
So, Professor wasn't out to enhance Witcher mutations, wanted to reverse them. Wonder if he managed, and if there's anything in it for me. Crystal for this entry's...
Observation number 30. The mutations do not set in at once. Curiously, they do not develop over a span of time. Rather, for a mutation to progress towards completion, the appropriate mutagen must be applied continuously. The subject does not bear this well, but I found a way to make the mutations less taxing, invasive. The eggs themselves are
Crystal for this...
Years of experiments. Research. Each mutation I applied to my subjects proved ineffective when applied to Jerome. What I meant to cure him of his witcherism. That which I meant to restore to him a normal life. Only deepened his mutations, further augmented his speed and strength. It seems my son must remain a witcher forever. I have failed. The time has come to abandon this place. The contraption and mutagens I leave here. Let them with them.
So the Professor wanted to reverse the mutation's effects. Ended up... So, Professor tried to neutralize the effects of Witcher mutations. Only managed to enhance them, though. Used the albumins of giant centipede eggs as his mutagen base. Need to go on an egg hunt. Guessing this man didn't come here willingly. Intriguing as machinery goes, but how do I start it up? Quite the library. Mostly tomes on mutations and genetics. Must have kept his son in here. Grim. Preserved organs. Hope their donors weren't forced to give them up. Crystals. Should mount them in the megascope. Missing 2 crystals. Just need...
Observation 22. Despite applying a sulfate of toxic I believe this to be enough.
See. See. This crystal must go here. All crystals in place. Show me what you got. Just...
Observation 58. Sometimes failure is the catalyst for success. I've discovered a method by which one type of mutagen... In addition, I observed that today's dose of mutagens brought the subject to the brink of death. He then suddenly awoke, revived, his strength renewed. Not wholly, of course, but he did in a sense come back from the edge of death. Whether this is attributable to his mutations or to pure coincidence cannot be ascertained. I must conduct further experiments.
Seen enough. Guessing this man didn't come here willingly. No point going in wearing full gear. Gotta drop my armor, leave my weapons. No point going in wearing full gear. Gotta drop my armor, leave my weapons. Full gear. Gotta drop my... Or leave my weapons. Professor's mutagens might work on me as they did on his son. Well, time to find out.
What?
I've worked up to my chin and I've caught some rot.
Regis! Damn it. Locked. No way I got the place wrong. This is it. Gotta be. Gotta be another way in around here. Show me what you got. Kiki Moores. That video. Agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery. How much more cliché can you get?
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by
True enough. Need to find your friend.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Dettlaff wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megascope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands. Hand with the ring seemed the odd one out, but Bruxa had taken an interest in it.
It's Dettlaff's hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no metal.
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine. I received it from a... You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here. Guests who owe their hosts...
Respect? Meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered for food?
Precisely. And the reason why I, in turn, gave it to Dettlaff. To remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
The hand. What do you...
You've heard of Kovinaris' theory of tissue
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy at Kaer Morhen, tattered, nearly disintegrated. Yes, never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove it, just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see. It's complicated, so without
How's it work? We need any special equipment?
We must brew a decoction which Kovinaris gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture it as dreaming a fragment.
Any chance we might see what Dettlaff was doing just before?
Indeed. Though I also hope...
Kovinaris spent half it.
You guessed correctly.
Well, there's Mamoon glands. The closest ones I know of are in Vizima. The spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were cold to it. What was that?
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. Very intelligent fowl. I asked him to... Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard... It will take them some time.
Rarely seen.
Sadly, this is but a weak infusion rather than a proper distill.
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch.
Now, what could Geralt of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
Everyone's...
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe it wise at...
Is your sophisticated way of asking me if I trust you?
I prefer almost always to ask indirectly. It seems a test of intelligence, one you just passed.
Maybe you should go first. Reveal one of your secrets. After all, you vampires lead very interesting lives.
Anything in particular interest you?
Always fascinated me the way vampires can regenerate. A hand growing back is one thing, but Dettlaff recreating you out of a wet smear? Something else entirely.
A difficult and laborious process, but one that's possible. As my presence proves. But I've heard you too had quite the adventure.
For a bit, but Triss helped me get it back. Actually, pretty damn lucky I only had amnesia.
Yes, you humans are rather buggered in those terms. To strip you of life is, well, it's just plain easy. We vampires are much harder nuts to crack. If a member of another race kills one of us, we can be reborn with a living higher vampire's help. However, if one of our own strikes the deadly blow, death is permanent. There can be no rebirth. One of the chief reasons why vampires...
Gotta ask you the big question. One everyone wants.
You wish me to tell you if the human belief in the gods is well founded? Well, that I do not know. Our matter, that of which we are composed, can exist without form. We require neither a heart nor a brain nor...
But were you dead?
As humans understand death, yes.
Feel anything? Understand anything?
It's rather hard to explain. I felt something very... Only after rebirth did I begin to understand that what I had...
Can't have been alive then. Sheesh, experience like that must be vicious.
Indeed, it's hard to compare to anything I know. Yet you are aware we don't see death as you do. The way you cling to life, we find it entirely peculiar. You are mortals, ergo it's a foregone conclusion. You will die. It's but a question of time. Thus, I often find myself...
Depends on your point of view.
Very true.
All right, give you one.
One question to ask one as fascinating as you, Geralt. If you were to die and be reborn as I was, in your new life, would you choose to be a witcher?
That's what interests you most? Whether I'd like to be a witcher again?
Many things interest me, but we've not much time left.
Never chose to be a witcher. fate chose for me. Had it been my choice, I'd have picked a different profession. A profession where I wouldn't have to risk my life every minute of every day. Maybe even one that had earned me some respect.
Thank you for being honest. Honesty is an attribute of the truly brave, and thus a privilege of the very few.
Still no sign of your winged friend.
Dead certain. Let's wait a bit longer. It'll ever vigilant, even in his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the Gra...
Appreciate the...
You were right. No kobolds or mamoons for miles around.
Knew it.
Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted white. It haunts an abandoned residence.
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last spotted white before I was born.
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow this one managed to survive your brethren's onslaught. It seems I know this... I don't...
Come on.
Sorry. What are you...
Ah. White...
What's...
Is my...
What the area...
Spoon...
Is
Let's do this.
Do you match in the...
Worst case... So...
Yes. Till later.
Tomes? Thought you were gonna make this decoction.
We require one last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome. Thus I hope to identify...
All right.
And to you,